Hey guys, I'm just going to fly through Thursday's home workout with you. So mobility work, and first thing we're going to do is just fly through our squat mobility sequence. Okay, so done this plenty of times during lockdown. So our squat mobility sequence, getting into our squat stance and just dropping down to the bottom of our squat. Okay, so that's going to be our first position, just holding down in the bottom of that squat. Okay, you're going to hold down there for about 30 seconds or so. Then from there we're going to shift our weight across, from heel is staying on the ground, feet are not moving. I'm going to open up this groin, this and my hip to my right side. Okay, keeping my hips down the whole time, switching over and back, trying to go that little bit further every single time. Then after that, for another 30 seconds, we're going to look at the soles of our feet. So I'm going to try and rotate, keep my hips down and turn my foot all the way up. Turn to get my foot up and switching over and back with that one. And then last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my elbows to push my knees out and then try and push my knees in against my elbows. Okay, so this one we just build up. So I'm going to start off just a little bit of pressure pushing the knees out as my knees are pushing back against my elbows. Okay, building and building, and then eventually for the last 5 to 10 seconds I'm going to be max effort driving those knees out as my knees push back in against my elbow. So 2 minutes in total for that whole thing. Once you've got that done, we're just going into some front splits. Again, straightforward. We all know our front splits at this stage. Half knee in position, keep my hips in line, front leg goes out. Okay, walking it out as much as we can, getting as much of a gap between my two knees, keeping those hips in line, and then keeping your back nice and straight. So almost trying to think, keeping your chest up, but trying to bring my belly button towards my knees. So that's where I want to be, as opposed to just doing this and collapsing over. Is that okay? So I'm going to hold 30 seconds. Once I've that done, I'm going to bend my knee back to my half knee in position, put my hand on the floor, and I'm just going to do some T-spine rotations all the way right up, trying to lift up that back leg if I can. So I'm getting a nice straight line from my hand through shoulder, shoulder, hand. Is that okay? I'm going to do 6 of those, switch over and do my front splits on the other side, and then my 6 T-spine rotations as well. And then last thing I'm going to do is just a calf stretch. So with my calf stretch, putting my foot up against the wall or rack, whatever it is that you have. Okay, trying to get my toe pointed right up, bringing the heel in as close as I can, and then from there I'm bringing my knee, hip and chest in towards the rack or wall as much as I can, trying to keep that foot in that position, getting a nice big stretch all the way right up the back of my calf. So holding that for about 30 to 45 seconds as well. So 3 rounds as always with that one. A little bit of strength work today. So we're just going to fly through it real quickly. Okay, so you've got a couple of options on push-ups. We have tempo push-ups, we have negative push-ups, and we just have regular push-ups. Okay, so tempo push-ups, getting into that press-up position. All of them should look the exact same on whatever version you're doing of push-ups. Okay, elbows nice and tucked in, hands directly below my shoulders, in and out. With the tempo, set your own tempo, but generally, if you want to be really challenging yourself, what we want to be looking for maybe is 5 seconds on the descent, 2-second pause, 5 seconds coming back up. Okay, so it's just a good way of challenging yourself if you don't have a weight at home to do weighted push-ups. Okay, so it'll be just something like this. So getting into position, okay, and it'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And to back up to your full lockout. Is that okay? So tempo push-ups, one option. Negatives are getting into your top and controlling yourself down as slow and as controlled as you can. And then we've got just our normal push-ups. Okay, for anyone that's just at that kind of level as well. Normal push-ups, you set your own rep range. So maybe you're just at 2 push-ups. Okay, well you do that every set if you can, or 3 or whatever it might be. Just a target that you're able to hit every single time. With that then we're just going to do a half kneeling press. So a half kneeling press, getting into this half kneeling position. If I'm doing my right side, my left foot is what's going to be forward, taking that weight, okay, to my shoulder, elbow nice and tucked in, and I'm pushing all the way up. Remember, we want to create stability so I'm not wobbling all over the place. So this front foot is going to be planted into the ground. Okay, I'm going to squeeze my glutes, rib cage is down, so I'm nice and stable and secure. Okay, as I push that weight up, pull down, bring it back, down, weight down to my shoulder, elbows staying nice and tucked in. I've got a good, stable pillar underneath the weight. Okay, and remember there's that full lockout where my lats become engaged all the time as well. So as usual, as I always kind of say with the kind of strength work, it is dependent on the weight that you actually have in relation to the reps that you're able to do. But okay, after that, it is into our Metcon. So Metcon is 20-minute AMRAP. Okay, so 20 minutes, as many rounds as possible in 20 minutes. Okay, this is going to be fairly intense for 20 minutes. Okay, so what I would recommend, it's up to you, but what I would recommend is I would probably gauge it, go by the first round or so, see how you feel, and then what I would be looking at is maybe doing a round, taking self-imposed maybe 20-second rest or something after each round, then going again self-imposed 20-second rest, and so on, and doing it that way. Okay, because they are high kind of intensity kind of movements, all of them, and it is 20 minutes, so it is going to be tough. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is 8 thrusters. Okay, so with the thrusters, most of us will just be operating off one weight. Okay, so getting weight and there, front rack position, full squat down into the bottom of the squat, up and punching that weight up overhead, all the way down, up and punching through. So we can do 4 on one side, then switch over and do 4 on the other side. So it is 8 in total. Once you've that done, you're going to go into 10 swings. Okay, again, most of us will be using a dumbbell. Some of us have kettlebells at home as well, but if we're using a dumbbell, we can hold 2 hands. Okay, and it is making sure we are in that hip hinge position. So driving all the way through, chest is up. Okay, keep my eyes looking forward, hiking that weight to eye level. Is that okay? So you're going to do 10 of those, so it's 10 swings. And then you're going to finish off grabbing your skipping rope, and we're going to do 30 double unders. Okay, alternative double unders are on the app there for you. Okay, numbers wise. So it is 20-minute AMRAP, 8 thrusters, 10 swings and 30 double unders. Remember, as I said, I will be pacing myself, really conscious of pacing myself with this, and maybe looking at taking a 20-second imposed rest at the end of each round. That's it, guys. That is Thursday. I will talk to you on Zoom at 10 a.m. See you then.